Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? It's Revive9, and today I got a really interesting story for you guys. Um, it is about a party, I guess, kind of party slash kickback, and so let's get on with the story. All right. Um, it was like 2 weeks ago. My mom had told me that she was leaving out of town for one of her like work. It's like a meeting kind of thing. Well, she was leaving out of town for work. And so, once you told me that, the first thing that popped up to my mind was, we gotta throw a party. And so I got my brother into my room and I was like, yo, mom's leaving, so I think we should tell dad if he could let us throw a party. And my brother's all like, yeah, we'll tell him. We'll see what's up. And so I was kind of excited. I told my friends my mom was leaving out of town that we might be throwing a party. And so everybody was excited. So when 2 days before my mom left, it was on a Wednesday. I had asked my dad if we could throw a party, and of course, as a parent, his first response is a no, um, which kind of sucked. It blew me down just a little bit. My enthusiasm kind of like just gave up. Like, oh no, my dad's not gonna let us. I started telling my friends that we're not gonna be able to throw this party. It's not gonna go down, and so I was kind of bummed. But then on the day, my mom left on a what? She left on Thursday. So I asked my dad again. Of course, he said no. He says I'm too young. I'm barely 16, by the way. He said I was too young and shit like that. So my mom had left on a Thursday. And so Saturday came, and I had to go work. Right, I work at some mall. I work at a mall, like one of those little candy stores. Like those little stands where they sell like snacks and shit. So that's where I work. And after work, I was telling my dad that, yo, dad, come on, let me have this party. I will have it totally under control. Um, Everything's gonna be okay. I won't have a lot of people. 20 people max. And my dad thought about it for a second, and his final response was yes. He was gonna let me throw a little kickback slash party, and I was so excited. So I started texting my friends and shit, telling them that my dad or like this party's gonna go down. And so the next day was a Saturday, and I had a basketball banquet to attend to. Um, I'm pretty sure you guys know what banquets are. You get together after the season's over and you just go somewhere, have fun, eat, and talk about the season and stuff like that, introduce the players. And so before that, one of my friends had came over. His name's Alex, and he had to go to the banquet too. And so we're just planning it out, like who to invite, um, and what to do. So I think it was the day before. Okay, on a Friday, the day before the Saturday party, um, I had told one of my friends, a couple of my friends, Garrett and what's his name, Lucas, Aiden, all these white kids. I told basically the white kids, and then they had told me, "Yo, if you need anything, just hit me up. I got a fake ID. If you need any booze, just let us know. We'll get it for you." So already there, I had made some good connections, and the booze for the party. Um, Also, my friend Luis, he's really one of my close friends. He had won like $400 off of a NCAA tournament thing. Um, he joined this little bracket kind of thing, and if your team went to the championship, you would win. And he got two teams, and the both teams that he got was Kentucky and Kansas, which they both went to NCAA. So he had won the money no matter what. And this is what he told me: if he wins the NCAA tournament, we are going to be throwing a party. He was gonna pitch in $150 or hundred and something dollars for this party, and I was like, "Yo, this is gonna be down as fuck. We're gonna have a lot of money, a lot of beer, a lot of chicks, and so it's gonna get down." All right, so Saturday, me and Alex had to go to this banquet. My dad came with us. He was the one that drove us over there, and my close friend Luis, the one that pitched in the money, and one of my other close friends, Fernie. I told him to stay here at my house, because we might be running late. Who knows how this banquet's or when the banquet's gonna end. So the banquet started like around 6 or 7, and it ended like at 9. And I told people to, you know, to show up at my house at 9:30, so we could get this party rolling. And so we're still at the banquet. The time was, I think, 9:30 when my friends Luis and Fernie started texting me and calling me saying that people are coming. What do we do? What music do we put? Who do we let in and shit? And at the banquet, I had to have my phone on silent, and I basically got like about 2 or 3 missed calls from both. And so it was, I was getting scared. I was like, oh shit, like what if this party gets raided? I'm kind of nervous to show up at my own party. I actually showed up late to my own party. The whole thing ended like at 7. So the banquet ended like at 9:50, close to 10, and we were showing up to the my own party late. And so once I got here to my house, there was about a couple of cars, maybe 5 or 6 cars parked outside my house, and I live in a cul-de-sac, so it's pretty good, I guess. There won't be a lot of parking space, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be crowded. And once I got into my house, I started to change, and I went back to my backyard, was where the party was at, and I went back there, and there was about, let me say, 15 people there, a lot of seniors, a lot of juniors, and some sophomores, and I was like, alright, that's chill, but a lot of people that I invited had not shown up yet. There was a lot of people that I really didn't talk to, so I was like, shit, like, what if this party gets, what if more people come? My dad, my dad had told me specifically to have 20 people, and if he saw more than 20, then he was gonna start kicking people out. So I was already paranoid. I just try to enjoy my party as it goes. Um, so like 30 minutes into the party, my dad had called me inside, and he was like, "Son, your mom just called me, and she's coming home like in an hour or so. So you gotta get your friends and leave." I was like, "Dad, let me have this party. Come on, you already told me yes. Mom should be cool with it. Please, Dad, don't make me do this. Don't make me embarrass myself." And he was screaming at me like, "Son, you know how much in trouble I can get with your mom. Um, you gotta get your friends out before I go out there and start kicking them out myself." I was like, "Fuck, man, this party's ruined." It was already getting down as it is, and I was pissed. And at the moment, a lot of people started arriving. Believe it or not, there was like about 60, 70 people at my house. There was a lot of freaking people outside in my front yard. Um, so I went in the backyard and told a couple of my friends, Aiden and the white kids and all them. I told them, "Look, bro, my mom's coming home, and if she finds out that I threw a party without her knowing, she's gonna kick my ass. So I gotta ask you guys to leave. I'm so sorry." I was fucking pissed. So, I was telling my friends, "Yo, we gotta leave," and a little light bulb went in my head, and there's a little, like, let me say, like 1 acre lot like near my house. It's just right up the street, like probably like 50, like probably 30 yards up the street. In my cul-de-sac, there's like a little 1 acre lot, and I was like, "Yo, why don't we move the party up there?" And if my mom comes, or when she comes, I'll just tell her people just started throwing a party there. And so I was like, "Fuck yeah, party saved." And in the moment, I had to kick everybody out. So I was like, "Yo, just meet me at the front, and I'll tell you guys where to go." So everybody just started taking their own beers, taking the damn coolers full of jungle juice, and taking the 30 packs and shit that we had of Coors Light and Keystone and all that shit. And so I was like, "Yeah, the little lot's right up here. We could put some cars for the lights, bump up the radio from the cars, for one of my friend's cars, and it'll be chill as fuck." And one of my friends took a beer pong table up there, and we chilled there for like 10 minutes until my friends, my friend Luis and Fernie, when I was at the banquet, they had went to my each one of my neighbors and told them that we're gonna be throwing a little party, a birthday party, and if there's any noise, please excuse us. And they were trying to copy fucking Project X and shit. I was like, "What the fuck? Why would you do that? But good thing is they did, because I'm not sure if they knew this, but like one of the owner of my whole cul-de-sac, the house owner, he owns the little lot, so he had called up my they had given his number to the house owner, the landlords, and so we were kicking back there, and believe it or not, there was a lot of cute girls, man. I'm so pissed. A lot of them have started arriving. A lot of these cool kids started coming. Um, so we were partying and shit, and my friend Luis goes, "Yo, the landlord just said for us to get out of his private property, or else he'll call the cops." And I was like, "No fucking way, dude. Another problem." So he owns that little 1 acre lot, and he had called my friend Luis saying, "Yo, you guys got to get out before I call the cops." So it's a good thing my friend did give him his number, or else the cops just would have showed up and it would have been a mess. So it's a good thing he did. So the landlord was pretty cool with it. It took about, let me say, 10, no, not even 10, like 30, 20 to 30 minutes for everybody to get out. Everybody was just piled in my driveway. Everybody just trying to leave, just trying to figure out where the fuck they're gonna go. So it was very crazy, guys. You guys don't even know how crazy this shit was. There was a lot of people, a lot of hot girls, a lot of cool guys. Um, so I had invited this one chick, Carla. She she was like, I was talking to her, just trying to. I had a thing with her, I guess, and I haven't talked to her for like in a while, and I invited her, and she had showed up. She drives, actually. She's a freshman and she drives. She's pretty cute. And so when she arrived, I was like, yes, she's here. I'm gonna try to get some with her tonight. And she came, and right when she came, I was like, yo, Carla, I'm sorry, but the party got canceled. And she looked at me and she was like, what the hell? Why did you make me come all the way over here for this party that got canceled? And I was like, no, 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 hey, I asked my dad, or my dad had called me inside, and he was like, alright, look, Mark, my name's Mark, if you guys don't know. He was like, okay, Mark, I'll let you have 10 people in the backyard, a little tiny kickback, and that's it. Nothing else, just 10 people. I was like, fuck yeah, my dad's super chill. So I gathered my very close friends, I say about 10 or 11 of them, and we just went to my backyard, and we just chilled, put the music on, played some beer pong, played a couple Circle of Death and Chandelier games. Really fucking chill, guys. Um, the sucky part of the night was the girl that I invited, Carla. She did not drink at all, which which kind of pissed me off. She had told me if there was you guys should have let me know if there was beer or not, because if there was, I wasn't gonna come. And so I'm pretty sure, I was like, what the fuck, like, it's a party, of course there's gonna be beer and shit. She was like, okay. And so this is what I tried to do. I had some vodka there, and a lot of people had some orange Coke, and I was like, here, let me fucking spike this shit. She wouldn't be able to taste it, and I gave it to her. It was already good. I tasted it myself. It just tasted like Coke with a little shot or two of vodka in there. And I was like, here, drink this. It's Coke. Since you don't like beer, I just gave you a glass of Coke. She was like, no, what did you do to it? And so, I said, yeah, I just put a couple of vodka in there. You won't be able to taste it. And she was like, no, I'm not going to drink at all. And so, that was pretty gay, you know? On with the story. During the little kickback I had with 10 people, my friend Aiden had called me up. He was all like, yo, Mark. Oh, yo, sorry, I went totally into the story. Alright, but look, my friend Luis had bought in, like, a lot of beer, like, I'll say $100 worth of beer, and when we were moving up the party to the lot, everybody jacked it. Everybody jacked the damn 30s and shit. We were left with no beer at all. And I felt bad for my friend Luis because he had got jacked like $100 worth of beer. And I was like, fuck. So I had told my dad My dad knows I drink. He's seen me drunk once. Not a good story, guys. I'll probably share with you guys with that story later. And I had asked my dad, "Yo, Dad, can you go to 7-Eleven real quick and buy us like a 30 or two and some Four Loko drinks?" And he was like, "All right, but just give me the money." And surprisingly, he bought us some beer, which was pretty chill. And so I went with him, and we got it. Came back, and we just started drinking and shit, and it was pretty good. So oh my gosh, guys, there's more part to the story. So if you guys like it so far, please give it a like. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video because I'm gonna go over my time limit kind of thing, and I'll come up with part 2 later on. See you guys. It's Revive9 and subscribe.